It can be really difficult to ritualize grief. It can be really difficult to even go there, especially if it's been a few years and you still feel so raw, so vulnerable. You still miss the person that has gone on. You haven't found a way of coming to terms with that grief. I know I've been posting this last month, this past few weeks, about grief, about November, about it being a time each year that we can allow ourselves to grieve, to acknowledge that we have grief in us, that we miss somebody, that it's a time to remember that person, maybe the stories, the fun. And it can be difficult sometimes to find someone after a few years, maybe even after a year, who you feel wants to hear you. That can be a good friend. Maybe it needs to be a therapist, a coach, a kinesiologist, whoever it is. But it is important that you take the time to honour your grief. We all do. This week I've decided to do a short video about honouring our grief, about maybe ritualising that grief. And I always say it's dangerous when I'm sitting down for a post. I could be here forever. You get comfortable talking to the camera. But what I want you to do, I don't know if you can hear the music in the background or not. I just want you to maybe just take some time to feel peace. I picked an angel card before I began, and it's Angel Cassiel and offering peace. Peace in our hearts. Peace in our world. Just a little bit of peace, even in the grieving. I think sometimes we feel that when we find that peace, maybe when we take the time to be more at peace, that we're doing the person or the memory an injustice, that we're giving up on them, that we're forgetting them. We're not. We're not. We'll always remember. But what we're doing is we're allowing ourselves a little bit of compassion and a little bit of peace. Because imagine if that person were here right now still, what would they say to you? Even on that issue of, you know, I can't forget. I can't stop all of this. I can't stop grieving because my fear is I'm going to forget. What would they say if they were here? Well, the person that's coming to me right now is probably my most recent grief experience, and that was my mother. And I can imagine her being beside me and probably saying to me, catch yourself on. In fact, she'd probably say something like, oh, for God's sake, catch yourself on. And she'd be saying it from where she is now. Because I know my faith tells me that my mother is at peace now. And that she is wishing me the best and all my family the best. And she knows we're doing our best. And so that's what I want to say to you. You're doing your best. And there will come a time when you can take a breath and it won't catch on the pain. It won't get hooked. Where you can take a breath and it's not the deepest sigh that you wish it would all ease. So right this very second, place your hand, preferably maybe your right hand, depends if this has been mirrored for you, onto your heart chakra. Place your hand there and the other hand on top of it. And if you get emotional for a second, that's absolutely fine. And that's all I want you to say. Even though I am grieving the loss of, and say who it is, and there could be more than one, right this very second, It's okay to be at peace. Even though I feel the loss of this month of November, and say their names. Who do you feel the loss of? Even though I feel this loss deep in my heart. Right this very second, I truly am okay. And it's okay for me to feel peace. Just for this very second. Just feel your heart beating under your hands. Feel your breath as it goes in and out of your nose or your mouth, whichever it is. And sometimes even when you feel that beating heart, you're reminded of the hearts that are not physically beating. But they are spiritually beating, they are energetically, because everything is vibrational and nothing leaves us. It gets retuned to a different frequency, never leaves us. That's the same, that exactly applies to everyone and everything. It's just we have sometimes, I believe anyway, that because of our ego experience and our lived experience with the person that's gone, that's the bit that has to marry up with the energetic new vibration of that person. And us coming to terms with that and maybe accepting that that's the new vibration, that can be really hard, especially if it's been a sudden death, tragic death, just a deep loss. You feel a void in your life. So just feel the peace from your own hands. It's okay to offer yourself a little bit of compassionate peace. It's okay to be your best self. It's okay. You're okay. It's okay to honor your loss in this month of November. And right this very second, I send you peace from my heart to yours. I send you love. Grief is grief. It could be the loss of a job. It could be moving away from somewhere. It could be the loss of a relationship. It still is grief. And just allow yourself to feel loved. Even if it's just by you right now. If you have a faith, by your God. By the universe. Just let your hands rest on your heart, bringing you compassion and a little peace. Even just for 30 seconds. Maybe it'll get longer every day. I'm going to end this video shortly. But you can allow yourself a little bit of time every day for the next days in November, and maybe every day after that, where you will place your hands on your heart chakra, regardless of what's going on, and just breathe and feel the vibrational energy, feel the energy between your hands and your heart, and be conscious that you're offering yourself just a little bit of love, a little bit of compassion as you grieve your loss. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to feel the loss. And it's also okay to support yourself through that loss. It's okay. You're okay. We're all okay. Take care. And if you find this video helpful and you think it might be helpful for others, please share it with them. Let me know. You might even want to review me and my videos on Google or anywhere else. But most importantly, mind yourself, because you are precious. We all are.